In this video, I'm going to be walking you through the 13 elements of a high-performing blog page. Along with your blog actually having the right key phrases in it, there are some super important things that you can do to ensure that both humans and search engines love your blog. By the way, my name is Clint. On this channel, I give tutorials on things like content marketing, SEO, web design, and more. So if that's you, consider subscribing to stay updated when new content comes out. Number 1, your blog needs to have a keyword-focused header or H1 and URL. This target key phrase is something that your audience is interested in, and it's something that you have a high enough domain authority to rank for. And if you don't know how to do this keyword research, make sure you check out the keyword research course to find yours today. Remember that unless updated, most website builders pull this H1 or heading 1 as the meta title. That's the title that people see in search engines. And the title tag. That's the little title that appears in the tab next to your favicon at the top of a page. If you want to include your brand name, for example, in your meta title or title tag, you need to specifically update that guy. For example, in Squarespace, this is super easy. Each page has a specific tab where you can enter the meta title and description. On WordPress, this can usually be done on the back end at the bottom of a blog post. But your title can't just have the right keywords. It also needs to be interesting so that it actually gets clicked. Here is a simple formula to help you out. Target key phrase plus colon plus number plus promise. For example, modular content marketing, 5 steps to creating reusable content, conversion rate optimization, 7 ways to increase conversion rates by 529%, or social media books, 9 must-read books to be a smarter marketer. Are you starting to see the pattern? You also want to make sure that your target key phrase is in your URL slug. That's the thing that people type in to find your web page. Real quick with this and all the URLs that you create for any of your pages. Only include the words in your target key phrase. Don't include any numbers, adjectives, or filler words like the, and, or a if they aren't a part of your target key phrase. Keep your URLs short. For example, I wrote an article targeting the key phrase content marketing for therapists. The blog title is actually much longer. It's content marketing for therapists, 5 ways that therapists can get more clients. But the URL slug that I created is clintmalley.com/content marketing for therapists. Number 2, subheaders are essential for every blog. Subheadings, so H2s or H3s, which stand for heading 2s or heading 3s, make your content more scannable. Most people will not read every word that you write, so having clear ordered subheadings allow people to find the stuff that they are most interested in, and after the title and your URL, they're also one of the biggest SEO factors. Think about creating a blog outline and assembling your content, not writing it. What are the main sections that you want to talk about? Now, there are 2 main ways to be able to get this information. The first and the easiest is to use the People Also Ask feature in Google. Type in your target key phrase and check out the questions. Notice that when you expand one box, more related questions appear at the bottom. Keep doing this until you have a list of relevant questions related to your topic. Copy and paste these questions and make them H2s on your blog post. And just make sure that you answer these questions. Also, if you scroll to the bottom of Google first page search results, you can see broad categories of related topics. These can be great H2s as well. The other way to find your H2 or H3 key phrases is to use an SEO blog writing software like ClearScope, Surfer SEO, or Market News. I like to use ClearScope because it has a super simple and easy to follow format. All you have to do is type in your target key phrase. Then it will give you a report that gives you all the related keywords and how often they are used in first page search results. You can also sort these keywords by clicking the headings dropdown. As you use these keywords throughout your article, you'll see that your content grade will go up. all the way to an A++, and they will check them off of your list. Another cool thing is we'll also show you your word count and the typical word count for first page results. One quick note about word count. Longer articles typically do better in search engines because they are more comprehensive and detailed. If you have a long article and it's truly helpful, then someone is going to spend a long time reading it. And that increases dwell time, or the amount of time someone spends on a web page. This is a key indicator to search engines, and it shows that you are a good source of information. Because if it wasn't, you would just leave or click out. Therefore, the best content is long form content, which is usually around 1,500 words or more. So if you're really trying to rank a blog page, a couple of paragraphs ain't gonna cut it. Last, in ClearScope, you'll notice that it also gives you the reading level. Generally, try to keep your reading level as low as possible. Think 8th grade or under. This allows you to keep your language simple and free from unneeded jargon, and it makes it accessible to the largest possible audience. Now, if you're writing an article on brain surgery, there's probably gonna be some big words in there that you just can't avoid. But if you're making a how to paint a rocking chair article, there's no need to use some scrumtrelescent pleonastic vocabulary. Number 3, your blog needs to use semantic SEO. Basically, semantic SEO are the words that people use when they talk about your target key phrase. This is really hard to do without using a blog writing software like ClearScope. But with ClearScope, you can see each keyword that you should include in your content, and it checks it off for you as you write. Personally, I like this because it actually opens me up to other things that I should include in my article that I might not have done otherwise. Just make sure that the keywords are actually relevant to your content. By the way, this whole ClearScope process works for product or service pages too. Number 4, your blog needs to have short paragraphs. Keep your paragraphs 3 lines or under. Just hit the enter button. Breaking up your text makes it easier for people to read your stuff. Big, blocky paragraphs are intimidating, and most people will just skip them. Look, you can use all the same words that you would normally use in your content. Just break it up into bite-sized chunks. Number 5, the best blogs use numbered and bulleted lists. These break up your content and make it even more scannable. They also help to organize your advice and make it more actionable. Plus, this encourages readers to continue reading down the page. If you have a 10-point checklist and the first 3 points were super helpful, why wouldn't you continue reading down the page? Speaking of numbered lists, number 6. Your blog should use a meaningful image at every scroll depth. We are visual creatures, and adding helpful images allows us to consume more information in a different format. Images also help to break up the text and keep people reading. Is this sinking in? Like we're trying to make it super easy for people to read your stuff. If you talk about a statistic or feature of a page, why not create a chart or make a quick screenshot to show readers what you were talking about? Also, visuals are highly shareable and they can be called link bait. If you make a complex idea into a visual, then people are much more likely to share that image and link back to you as the source, if they are nice and have some class, that is. Opt out of memes, GIFs, or stock art that doesn't add any value to your post, because that's just not going to help anyone out. One more quick reminder about images. Large image files are the #1 reason why websites load slowly. Make sure that each image that you upload is under 250 kilobytes. A simple way to do this is to compress the image using a free tool like tinypng.com. All you have to do is upload a JPEG or PNG, and then it will show you how big it was and how big it is now. Another way that I like to use visuals is through video. I like to add a related video version of an article at the very top, just in case someone would rather watch than read. And all that time that someone spends watching that video increases the time on page, or the dwell time, which can help boost your search engine rankings and your YouTube channel at the same time. Sometimes I take it a step further and break videos down into modular content so that I have a video for every subheading of my article. Since these videos are usually shorter, they can also double as social media videos to promote the article. Pretty smart, right? Number 7. Your blog needs a featured image. This is the visual representation of your blog post title. This will make it more appealing in social streams and increase the chances that it gets shared. Do not be basic here. Think provocative and interesting. Also, sometimes these featured images show in search results too, and it can make your content even more clickable. Number 8. Your blog should have an email newsletter sign up or lead magnet call out. This could go on a sidebar or it could be a sticky footer, but you want to provide a way for someone to be able to subscribe if they find your content valuable. A helpful way to make sure that your lead magnet or newsletter sign up is always included is to add it on the footer of your website. Number 9. Your blog needs to have social sharing buttons. These are not buttons to your social media streams. That would be bad. It would take people away from your site. Don't do that. These should be ways that people can share your content quickly on social media platforms. Usually things like Twitter, Facebook, email, and LinkedIn will do. Number 10. Your blog should include the face of the author, reviewer, or both. This makes your marketing more human, but search engines also love it because it shows E.A.T, or expertise, authority, and trust. Number 11. Search optimized blogs need internal and external links. Every new article you write should link to a relevant product or service page, and it should link to another blog post. These are called internal links, and this should take the browser off of the current page and onto a different page. This increases link circulation and basically helps to create a more crawlable and healthy structure for your site and for search engines. You also need to link to relevant information from other credible websites with a high domain authority. This shows that you are citing your sources, that you've done your homework, and it's also a good signal to search engines that you have researched your topics. These are called external links, and they should open in a new tab because you never want to take people off of your website to go to another website. Number 12. Your blog should feature related articles. Towards the bottom of your blog, display other related content that someone might be interested in. This is usually done by assigning each blog post with a tag and a category. Categories are for big overarching themes of your content, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. And tags are specific things within those categories, like gluten-free, paleo, or vegan. You want to treat your content the same way. This will help you organize your content, but it will also make it easier to present similar, relevant content for people to see at the end of your post. Number 13. Your blog needs to allow comments. Comments allow you to engage with your audience. This can help you learn more about what they think of your work, understand other related questions that you might later include in that blog post or in a future blog post, and overall have a conversation around the topic that you spend so much time creating. To sum it up, basically for every blog page you create, and really for any page, think about creating the best page on the internet. If your article is more helpful, more complete, and more easily understandable, then it will win a top 10 spot on Google. There are billions of web pages on the internet, and you are trying to rank in the top 10. This means that you're gonna need to focus on quality, because that's the only way to set yourself apart and stand out. To make this content creation process for blogs super easy, I wanna share a free and fillable checklist and writing template with you to ensure that you have everything you need to make a high-performing article. This will make it much easier for you or your team to check off all the boxes needed to create an article that both humans and search engines love. If you do all 13 steps, plus some consistency and promotion, your content will rank. Again, if you want a free and fillable SEO guide and checklist for this and my other courses that cover all the stuff that I talked about in this video and more, then click the link in the description box and download it for yourself. If you want to see the next part of this course on how to promote your content, then go ahead and click on the next video here. We're going to be talking about some networking. How do you network with other people? How do you share it on social media? You already spent all this time creating this blog post, this webpage, might as well be promoting it.